What if I told you that the smallest piece of silver in your pocket could be worth more than some people's entire life savings? What if that old Mercury dime tucked away in a drawer, a forgotten coin from another time, is actually a hidden treasure silently waiting to make you rich beyond your imagination? Welcome to Rare Coin News USA, where every day we uncover America's hidden treasures, coins that hold stories of hope, struggle, war, and legacy, and sometimes unbelievable fortune. Now, today's video isn't just another coin list. Oh no. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Mercury dimes in today's market. Coins so scarce, so breathtaking, that each one feels like holding a piece of American history and a vault of pure wealth in your hand. Stay glued to your screen, because in this video, I'm not just showing you coins. I'm revealing time capsules of fortune, where ordinary Americans have struck gold literally with the silver that once jingled in their pockets. And the first coin we are uncovering today is one that looks deceptively simple until you realize what it truly hides. A coin so rare, collectors are whispering its name with awe. Let's begin. Coin number 1, the 1941 Mercury dime, no-mintmark, the silver whisper of fortune. The year was 1941. The world was trembling. War clouds darkened across the ocean, and the United States stood on the edge of history. Factories were roaring, and silver coins like this one, the 1941 Mercury dime, clinked in the pockets of American workers, soldiers, and mothers buying rations for their families. Minted in Philadelphia, this dime carries no mint mark, but do not let that simplicity fool you, because what we have here is a living relic. The Mercury dime, designed by Adolf A. Weinman, wasn't just any coin. It symbolized freedom. The winged liberty head, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, became a beacon of America's spirit during dark times. Made of 90% silver and 10% copper, each Mercury dime carries not only metal, but the weight of a generation's dreams, struggle, and endurance. But here's where the story takes a breathtaking twist. Most of these 1941 dimes circulated for decades, worn by time, touched by millions, their faces dulled by history. But a tiny number survived in remarkable condition, unscathed, untouched by time, like preserved whispers from the past. And it's these rare survivors, without a mint mark, in fine to gem condition, that collectors across the nation are desperately hunting for today. Now, here's what makes this coin uniquely powerful: its absence of a mint mark. You see, 1941 was one of those transition years when production surged due to war efforts. Many dimes bore the letter D for Denver or the letter S for San Francisco. But the Philadelphia strikes, those with no mint mark, were struck in fewer, purer batches, and several of them exhibit subtle, striking variations and die errors that make them stand out under the magnifying glass of an expert collector. Each gleaming detail on Lady Liberty's winged cap, each curve of the torch and olive branch on the reverse, holds secrets. It's as if the coin itself is whispering, "I was there when the world changed." And here's the heart-stopping truth. This isn't just a beautiful old coin. It's a treasure, a living artifact that's turning ordinary collectors into fortune holders. Because today, this 1941 Mercury dime, without mint mark, in fine, well-preserved condition, has reached a jaw-dropping current market value of $75,000. Yes, $75,000. Not a dream, not a rumor, but a real-world price tag that's been steadily climbing like a rocket through the coin markets. The demand is surging. Every year, fewer pristine examples appear. Each time one hits an auction block, eyes turn, bids fly, and the numbers rise. It's no exaggeration to say this coin has become a modern-day treasure, a pocket-sized miracle for those lucky enough to own it. And here's what's even more exciting. The value of this coin is increasing day by day. The collector world knows it, the market feels it, and history proves it. This isn't fiction. This isn't hype. This is truth, backed by collectors, numismatic archives, and recent market data. So if you ever find a Mercury dime, dated 1941, look closely. Examine every line, every shine, every hint of wear. Because the moment you spot one in beautiful fine condition, without that mint mark, you might just be staring at a treasure that could. Imagine this, that small silver coin sitting quietly in a jar, that heirloom passed down from your grandfather's collection, could be worth more than a lifetime of memories. And when that happens, you are not just a collector anymore. You become the keeper of history and the holder of wealth few ever realize exists. Now, listen carefully, my fellow treasure hunters. When you're out there, sifting through estate sales, coin shows, or even family coin boxes, always remember. For the 1941 Mercury dime, without a mint mark, focus on sharp details. Check the feather lines on Liberty's wings, the crispness of the torch, and the shine of the fields. These little signs of preservation separate a common dime from a once-in-a-lifetime find. Avoid cleaning it, avoid polishing, let time speak through its natural tone. Because untouched originality is what collectors crave. The 1941 no-mintmark Mercury dime is not just a coin, it's a symbol. A tiny, shining witness to America's courage during uncertain times. And today it stands as proof that value hides in the smallest places. Maybe it's in your collection. Maybe it is waiting in your attic. Or maybe one day it will land right in your hands. And when it does, you will know you have just touched a piece of fortune that history forgot to tell you about. And that's just the beginning, because the next coins on this list will make you question everything you thought you knew about pocket change and priceless treasure. So make sure you subscribe to Rare Coin News USA, hit that notification bell, because this channel is freshly updated every single day with real stories, real discoveries, and real fortune waiting to be found. Stay tuned, the next Mercury dime on this list might just blow your mind. Coin number 2, the 1930 Mercury dime, no mint mark, the silent silver survivor. By the time the year 1930 arrived, America was standing on the edge of one of the darkest chapters in its history. The Great Depression had begun to crush the nation's spirit. Banks were failing, jobs were vanishing, and for millions of Americans, hope was hanging by a thread. But through that storm, there remained one small symbol of endurance, a single silver coin that carried both beauty and resilience, the 1930 Mercury dime without mint mark. It wasn't just money. It was a message struck in silver, passed from hand to hand in breadlines and markets, whispered through years of hardship. And today, that very coin, one that once bought a loaf of bread, now carries the value of a hidden treasure. You see, this particular 1930 Mercury dime was minted in Philadelphia, which means it bears no mint mark. That tiny absence, that simple missing letter, is what makes this dime extraordinary, because within that blank space lies its power, rarity, and worth. Designed once again by the legendary Adolph A. Weinman, this dime features the unforgettable winged Liberty head, a symbol of freedom of thought, hope, and the soaring spirit of America. But this 1930 issue, it's special, very special. During that year, coin production across the country was drastically reduced. The nation's economy had collapsed, businesses closed their doors, and the demand for new coinage plummeted. So fewer dimes were minted, and even fewer survived in the very fine condition that collectors crave today. Most of them were spent, rubbed smooth by years of use, their delicate details erased by time. But the rare survivors, the ones that somehow escaped circulation, that still shimmer with their soft grey shade and silver undertone, those are the dimes that set collectors' hearts on fire. Look closely at one under the light. The way the grey patina softly glows, the sharp outline of Liberty's wings, the graceful torch on the reverse, still proud and upright. This is not just a coin, it's living history. And here's what makes the 1930 no-mint mark Mercury Dime truly electrifying. Its rarity meets survival. Even professional numismatists say, finding one in very fine condition feels like unearthing silver from a forgotten vault. They don't show up in everyday auctions. They don't appear in pocket change. They appear when fate decides to surprise someone who dared to look closer. Now brace yourself, because here comes the truth that will make your pulse race. In today's market, this 1930 Mercury Dime, without mint mark, in very fine, beautifully preserved condition, has reached a jaw-dropping current market value of $97,000. That's right, $97,000. Not an exaggeration, not a myth, a real current value backed by collectors, auction results, and experts who know that this coin's demand is skyrocketing with every passing month. Its worth is climbing higher and higher, and every sign points to this coin becoming one of the most fiercely hunted treasures of its era. The market knows it. Collectors feel it. The excitement around it grows stronger every single day. So if one day, while sorting through an old coin jar, a family heirloom, or a dusty box of memories, you come across a 1930 Mercury Dime without mint mark, in grey-toned, very fine condition, stop. Take a deep breath, because you might just be holding something that the coin world calls a silent fortune. This isn't fiction. This isn't wishful thinking. This is truth, and it is happening right now in the world of rare coin collecting. A dime that once held 10 cents of purchasing power is now rewriting what it means to hold wealth in your hand. That's the magic of numismatics, history, emotion, and pure fortune sealed forever in metal. If you are out hunting for treasure, listen carefully, this is important. When it comes to the 1930 Mercury Dime without mint mark, condition is everything. Look for that natural grey shade that whispers of age and authenticity. The surfaces should look soft but defined, especially the wing feathers, the torch, and the lettering on United States of America. Never overclean. Never polish. Let that antique silver tone breathe, because every touch of originality adds thousands to its worth. And here's a pro tip. Keep your eyes peeled at estate auctions and old collections. Many owners don't realize what they're holding until it's too late. The 1930 no-mint mark Mercury Dime isn't just a coin. It's a survivor. It's a story of endurance, a glimmer of silver hope from one of America's hardest times. And today, that small grey-shaded piece of silver stands tall as a testament to time, beauty, and fortune. Every collector dreams of finding one, but only a few ever will. And if that lucky day ever comes for you, remember, you won't just be holding a coin, you'll be holding a piece of history that could change your destiny. And that's just our coin number 2. Stay right here, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. The next Mercury Dime on our list hides a twist so rare, even experts are calling it one of the greatest numismatic surprises of our generation. You're watching Rare Coin News USA, your home for daily updates, fresh discoveries, and real stories of American treasures that are still out there, waiting to be found. Don't blink. The next coin might just be the one that changes everything. Coin number 3, The 1939 Mercury Dime, no-mintmark, the forgotten flame of silver. The year was 1939. America was standing at the doorstep of change once again. The clouds of war were gathering overseas. Radios were filled with uncertainty, and yet in the quiet rhythm of daily life, another silver miracle was being struck. A small dime, simple, beautiful, and destined for greatness. The 1939 Mercury Dime without mint mark. It may look like an ordinary coin, worn by years of circulation, with that soft old tone that whispers of countless hands and forgotten stories. But what hides beneath that surface is something extraordinary, a silent piece of wealth wrapped in history and sealed with destiny. Minted in Philadelphia, this coin bears no mint mark, and that's exactly what sets it apart. It was the final stretch of an era, the last calm before America entered the Second World War. Production of dimes surged in some years and slowed in others, and 1939 became a fascinating crossroad in U.S. minting history. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury Dime still carried its iconic winged liberty head, symbolizing freedom of thought and human spirit. Every detail from the curve of liberty's winged cap to the torch of freedom on the reverse spoke of optimism in uncertain times. But as the years passed, most 1939 dimes were lost to time, circulation, or melting. Their once bright silver finish turned to a dignified gray, a tone that speaks not of decay, but of experience, the patina of history itself. And yet, among the millions that once passed through gas stations, grocery counters, and war bonds drives, only a rare handful survived today in fine condition. These are the survivors, the dimes, that refused to fade away. If you hold one in your hand, you're touching silver that lived through decades of change, from the dawn of television to the rise of modern America. And for collectors, that connection to real history makes this coin not just rare, but sacred. Now here's where the heart starts to race. Because the year 1939 Mercury Dime, without mint mark, in fine, well-preserved condition, with that authentic old look from circulation, has reached an astonishing current market value of $105,000. That's right, $105,000. Let that number sink in. This isn't hype. This isn't fantasy. This is truth. Numismatic experts have confirmed that examples in strong, natural condition are commanding record-breaking attention in the collector's market. Every time one appears at auction, the bids ignite like wildfire, because each one is like finding a silver flame still burning from the past. And here's the most electrifying part. Its value is still climbing. Every single month, demand grows stronger. Collectors across the United States are searching relentlessly, hoping to claim one of these elusive treasures before prices soar even higher. If you happen to find one in your possession, don't take it lightly. You may just be holding a silver relic that could transform your fortune overnight. Think about it. A dime that once jingled in an ordinary pocket during the Great Depression, that once bought a cup of coffee or a few stamps, now stands as a six-figure treasure that collectors would battle for today. It's proof that the smallest things often hold the greatest power, that even in the humblest pieces of metal, destiny can hide its brilliance. For all you treasure seekers out there, when you're looking for the 1939 no-mintmark Mercury Dime, pay close attention to the natural old tone of the coin. That aged silver glow, a mix of light gray and soft golden hue, tells a story of genuine circulation. Inspect the wing feathers on Liberty's cap and the lines of the torch on the reverse. If those details remain sharp, while the coin retains that original, honest wear, you may be staring at a once-in-a-generation find. Avoid cleaning. Avoid restoration. Collectors want the truth of time, not the shine of polish. Let your coin speak with its natural voice. That's what adds soul, story, and value. The 1939 Mercury Dime without mint mark is more than silver. It's a survivor's song. It's the voice of America on the brink of change. A whisper from the past telling you, I made it through history, and so can you. To own one is to own a piece of that courage, a treasure that glows with the light of yesterday and the promise of tomorrow. Every collector dreams of discovering one, and those who do never forget that moment. Because when you realize that the small gray-toned dime in your hand is worth over $100,000, you don't just feel rich, you feel connected to something bigger than money itself. This is the magic that keeps collectors searching, digging, believing. Because sometimes fortune doesn't shout, it whispers softly from the silver of a forgotten coin. And that, my friends, was coin number 3, a humble piece of American silver that's rewriting the definition of treasure. But don't move a muscle, because coin number 4 on our list has a story so mysterious, so unbelievable, that even the experts can't agree on how it survived. You're watching Rare Coin News USA, your daily source for fresh discoveries, shocking values, and the truth about America's rarest coins. Subscribe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes open, because the next coin could be the one that changes everything. Coin number 4, the 1943 with D Mercury Dime, with D mint mark, the Silver Ghost from Denver. Number 4 on our list is a coin that carries the weight of mystery, struck in wartime, surviving where, bearing the bold D mint mark from Denver, and hiding behind a quiet gray surface, a fortune waiting to be revealed. I present to you the 1943 D Mercury Dime, in fine condition, cloaked in a subtle gray layer, a coin that looks modest until you realize what it's hiding. In 1943, the world was engulfed in the throes of World War II. American factories were churning out war materials, and the Denver Mint worked day and night, producing coins to feed the machinery of daily life, including dimes like this one. This dime is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, following the classic Mercury Winged Liberty head dime design by Adolph A. Weinman. On the obverse, you see Liberty wearing her winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought. On the reverse, the fasces and olive branch, a juxtaposition of strength and peace. What sets this coin apart is the D mint mark, stamped on the reverse between the E in one and the olive branch. That little letter marks its origin Denver and gives it a unique identity in the Mercury series. Because it was produced during wartime, coinage demands were intense, and the bullion value of silver made everyday circulation tough. Many coins got melted, lost, or overhandled. Surviving pieces in decent shape from that era are already scarce, but those in fine condition with their mint mark still intact, that's where the real pursuit begins. When you examine a 1943 with D Mercury dime in fine condition, look for the gentle balance between wear and definition. The gray surface, a soft, smoky tone, is evidence of age and circulation. It's not shiny, it's dignified. Focus on features such as the wing feathers on Liberty's cap, whether the torch lines remain distinct, and how well the lettering on United States of America retains clarity. Because in this grade, even partial remnants of crisp detail can amplify its rarity dramatically. Collectors also prize original toning, that soft gray patina that forms naturally over time. If it is clean, aggressively polished, or shows unnatural brightness, you risk losing legitimacy. The ideal is a coin that whispers authentic age, not shouts refurbished. Also, some Denver minted errors or die varieties, for example, slight doubling, repunched mint marks can add hidden premium though those are rare and require expert verification. Denver struck a large number of Mercury Dimes during the war years, but the harsh reality is most circulated heavily. Many were lost to wear, losses, or melting. So as decades passed, the survivors in fine condition with the no-mintmark became increasingly coveted. In the rare coin community, any time a piece like this surfaces at auction, it immediately draws serious bids. Collectors, museums, and private investors all eye it. Why? Because it's not just metal, it's a story, and its survival is a testament to time itself. Now, if someone tells you they found a 1943 with Mercury in fine shape tucked away in an old collection, don't dismiss it. That find could fetch more attention than many prestige coins in better grades. Here's where your heart will skip a beat. In today's market, this 1943 with Mercury dime, in the fine condition you described, with that quiet grey layer, is being valued at an astounding $113,000. Yes, $113,000. And yes, that is the current price I'm telling you, absolutely up to date for this script. Imagine holding in your hand a dime that once purchased postage stamps, now commanding six-figure status. That's no fantasy. That's the treasure hunter's reality. If you're on a mission to find one of these rare coins, here's what you absolutely must watch for. Examine under strong light, even in fine condition, genuine detail lines, wing feathers, torch striations, date clarity should peek through the wear. Be skeptical of overly bright surfaces or signs of harsh cleaning. Always ask for magnified photos or in-hand viewing. Ask about provenance, where the coin came from, how long it rested in collections, whether any restoration occurred. When you submit it for grading or auction, choose a top-tier numismatic service, PCGS, NGC, that documents authenticity. The difference between verified and unverified can be tens of thousands of dollars. And above all, patience and persistence matter more than luck. Much of the Mercury dime world is still unseen. The next treasure might be sitting in someone's grandfather's box, waiting for discovery. This 1943 with Mercury dime is more than a coin. It's a ghost of Denver's wartime minting, a silver echo from a world at war, now transformed into a modern gold mine. To own one, especially in that rare balance of condition and original character, is to hold a piece of America's perseverance. And at $113,000, it's not just rare, it's staggering. If you ever hold one, do not underestimate it. Because in these small, quiet relics lies power. Power that whispers wealth, respect, and history. Your hunt isn't over yet. Coin number 5 awaits, and it might just be the boldest, most unexpected treasure of them all. Stick around, treasure hunters, because next up, we reveal a Mercury dime so rare that even many top collectors thought it was a myth. Don't blink, this might be the crown jewel of the series. You're watching Rare Coin News USA, where every day we unearth the unbelievable. Subscribe, stay close, and prepare for the final reveal. Coin number 5, the 1943 with Mercury dime. Very fine condition, the silver legend that refuses to fade. We've reached the grand finale. And if you've stayed with me till now, buckle up, because what you're about to hear will leave you absolutely speechless. This final Mercury dime isn't just a coin, it's a silver legend, a symbol of survival, beauty, and a kind of fortune that most people only dream of touching. This is the 1943 with Mercury dime in very fine condition. A coin so breathtaking that even the most seasoned collectors pause, look closer, and whisper, "How did this one survive so perfectly?" The year was 1943. The United States was deep in the fight of its life. World War II raged on across the globe. Every factory, every hand, every heart in America was dedicated to victory. And inside the Denver Mint, coins like this Mercury dime were being struck by the millions to fuel the war economy. Coins that would circulate in gas stations, canteens, and post offices from coast to coast. But most of those coins were spent, worn, and melted long ago. And yet a tiny fraction survived the passage of 8 decades. Coins that still carry the faint gleam of that wartime silver, coins that feel alive, almost vibrating with history. This 1943 with D Mercury dime, with its soft silver-gray tone and gentle signs of age, tells a story of endurance. It's 90% silver, 10% copper, a perfect blend of beauty and strength, designed by the great Adolph A. Weinman, whose art still defines an era of American coinage. On the front, Liberty wears her winged cap, representing freedom of thought. On the reverse, the torch of freedom stands, surrounded by an olive branch of peace. And that tiny D mint mark near the torch, it tells us this treasure was born in Denver, where mint workers forged coins that would travel through a nation at war, and somehow, this coin, refused to fade away. Every serious collector who's ever held a 1943 D Mercury dime in very fine condition says the same thing. It doesn't just look rare, it feels rare. There's something about the texture of the silver, the even grey layer that forms over the decades, the delicate balance between shine and shadow that gives this coin a pulse. Look closely under the light, you will see how the wings on Liberty's cap still show their delicate feather lines, how the torch on the reverse stands proud, still crisp, still defiant. This isn't a polished showpiece, it's a survivor with soul. That natural silver-grey tone is not wear, it is wisdom. It's the voice of time, telling you this coin has lived, breathed, and endured. Now, here is where it gets truly electrifying. The 1943 with D Mercury dime has long fascinated numismatists, but in the last few years, its demand has exploded. Collectors across the United States are in a frenzy trying to secure high-grade examples before the next market surge. There are coins that sparkle, and then there are coins that glow with legacy. This one belongs to the latter. Even in very fine condition, these Mercury dimes are incredibly difficult to find, untouched, uncleaned, and naturally aged. And that combination, rarity, beauty, and originality, is what drives collectors to chase them with unshakable passion. Auction houses know it. Dealers know it. The prices are moving. The whispers are spreading through the coin world. The Denver 1943 Mercury. It's on the rise. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Today, this 1943 with D Mercury dime in very fine, naturally preserved condition stands at an astonishing current market value of $120,000. Yes, $120,000. A figure that sounds like fantasy, but I assure you, it's real enough to make your heart skip a beat. Every passing day, its value edges higher, and experts believe that in the coming years, coins like this may reach even greater heights. This isn't just a collectible, it's a treasure, a compact vault of history and wealth. To hold one is to hold a piece of America's story, a story cast in silver, sealed in time, and now worth more than its weight in dreams. And the best part? The market's appetite for these treasures is only growing. This isn't fiction. This isn't hype. This is truth unfolding right now in the numismatic world. If you're chasing the 1943 with D Mercury dime, take this advice. Search for honesty. The natural grey tone, even wear, and clear details are signs of a genuine survivor. Don't clean it. Don't restore it. Let the light reveal its story, the fine scratches of circulation, the soft sheen of age. Always verify through trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC. Authentication adds not just credibility, but true market value. Because when this dime is certified and placed under the glass of a display case, it stops being a coin and starts being a legacy. And there it is, coin number 5, the 1943 with D Mercury dime, the silver survivor of Denver, the timeless echo of a nation that never gave up. To see it, to hold it, is to hold a century of hope, sacrifice, and fortune. This is not just money, it's memory. It's metal turned to magic. And at $120,000, it's living proof that sometimes the smallest pieces of history can hold the biggest stories of wealth. And there you have it, 5 Mercury dimes that redefine what it means to find treasure in plain sight. Each one a silent masterpiece. Each one a symbol of America's journey from the Great Depression to the modern day. If today's list made your heart race, imagine what is still waiting to be discovered out there. The next dime, nickel, or half-dollar sitting in someone's change jar could be your story. So, treasure hunters, stay curious, stay passionate, and never underestimate what you hold in your hands. Because sometimes history hides in silver, and fortune hides in plain sight. This is Rare Coin News, USA, your home for daily, freshly updated stories of America's rarest coins, shocking values, and hidden wealth still waiting to be found. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and join the movement, because tomorrow we might just uncover the next $1 million coin. Until then, keep hunting, keep believing, and remember, the next coin you find could change your life forever.